Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, as you can see, we finally did it. We pulled the trigger on the Cerritos. Captains, you know that we have been loving and enjoying lower decks. Recently, they just released, well, you can see right there, the Cheval, and it was kind of unexpected. I already had the Cerritos in the bank. I was gonna kind of hold it off a little bit, but with that coming out, we thought, well, we might as well get this going. So we opened her up, and I'd mentioned this before. It took a while for the ship to grow on me. It hasn't really fully grown on me. It does have a very weird configuration, but because of how I'm loving lower decks, it has just given me the reason to just go ahead and open it up. Now, captains, you know, I already have the Parliament. Now I have the California class, and of course, we also have the Cheval waiting in our inventory. But for this video, we're going to be on the Cerritos. Now, we took the inspiration of what we put build-wise on this from the episode where the Vulcan ship did come save the Cerritos. And looking at it, it was more of a beam overload with a couple torps, so that's what we did. So what we'll do, we'll go over the build, weapon, space set, consoles, traits, stations, DOS, take it into an Elite Argala, and see how it does. So here we go again. They did not trademark the name. I'm hoping I spelled that correctly, but it is the USS Cerrito, the California Miracle Worker Utility Cruiser. Before we go there, we're going to Elite Argala. We might as well change this into Elite. There you go. So this is what we did with her. Keeping in mind, this is just more of a theme / fun build, but here we go. So with 4 weapons, we have 2 Agony Phaser Beams, all crit DM at damage 4. We decided to use the Prolonged Engagement Phaser on this. And the Advanced Fleet Photon Torpedo as a launcher up here, just because. This you can actually get from your Fleet Starbase. This actually get from your Phoenix prize pack, and then these I just got off the exchange. So for our space set here, we have the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector from your Fleet Colony, Prevailing Innovative Impulse from your Competition Rep, your Elite Fleet Plasma Integrated Warp Core from your Fleet Spire, of course the Utilities Review Pending Modified Shield from the Discovery Rep, and in the aft, this is what we did. Aft. Agony Phaser Beam again. Crit DM damage 4. We have an Omnidirectional Phaser Beam. Crit DM damage 3. And we have the Trilithium Enhance Omnidirectional Phaser Beam from the Nexus mission as a reward. And we put the Prolonged Engagement here in the aft because we'll be flying around like a headless chicken. Now the reason we did that, in that actual scene, we had it firing Terra Photon launches from the fore, never fired from the aft, but when you look at the aft, it does have torpedo launchers right there. They cut off. There they are. That's why we're doing it. That is why we are doing it. Devices here, we just have the Kobayashi Maru Transponder for all this buff goodness, Temporal Negotiator, the Energy Candy for the plus 20% bonus energy weapon damage for 20 seconds, and then Subspace Field Modulator for some defense. Consoles, we have our Lorca's Custom Fire Controls, or Lorcator from the Discovery Rep. We are going to be using the console that comes with the ship, which is the Terraforming Emulsion, because why not? Plus 33% flight speed while out of combat. Well, we're always going to be in combat. Plus 76% power transfer rate, and plus 38 Starship Shield regen, because yes, we love Shield, and it's an Eject Terraforming Emulsion. Create Chasing Gas Clouds, or plus for physical damage plus slow. This was from one of the episodes, I believe, from Lower Decks, so we're going to see how that looks like. Bio-neural infusion circuits from the Low-Buy store. Emulating phaser lance from your Deimos pilot destroyer, ship you can get from your event campaign, which actually, as of today, captains, we finished that, so woohoo! We have the dynamic power receiving module from your Atlas. Again, you can actually get this also from your event campaign, but we're using it for all its clicky goodness. It does give you plus 11.3 all damage resistance rating, plus 19% directed energy damage, and an oh crap button for 20 seconds of plus 40% bonus damage, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, and plus 500 hull regen. And we're of course pairing up with the point defense bombardment warhead for its plus 25% projectile damage and its cute little 1% critical chance. But the two piece of this gives us the plus 33% phaser damage. And you can get this from any version of the NX. We're also going to be using the Domino from the Bajoran Interceptor, which is the epic tier prize from the Phoenix prize pack. For all its clicky goodness there, 15% phaser damage for 10 seconds. 25% fire cycle haste for energy weapons, plus 25% bonus all damage. Recharge speed for bridge officer abilities, 100% recharge speed for torpedo weapons, so woohoo. And we're going to be using its baby brother, the M6 computer, which is from the Tier 3, I believe, Temporal Escort, which you can get from your shipyard for dilithium. Essentially the baby brother of the Domino. Plus 15% bonus all damage, 15 seconds, plus 25% cooldown for tactical abilities, and 20% fire cycle haste for all weapons. Then you get some more bonuses of plus 30 AC and defense for 15 seconds. Not bad. And the weaponized helical torsion for its plus 15% phaser damage, plus 15% critical severity. This comes from one of the versions of the Crossfield, which we got this off of our legendary Crossfield because we got the 10th anniversary bundle. So woohoo, woohoo. We decided to just use the Ordnance Accelerator from the Gamma Rep because it's going to give us plus 26.3 projectile weapon damage and phaser damage, so why not? And then just 2 vulnerability locators for the plus 39.4 phaser damage and plus 2% critical chance. Now, our stats for this bad boy. Crit chance is 42.4%, crit severity 193.2%. Keep in mind, captains, as always, I do have my Pendever ranks all the way to 600, so that is helping us. Our specialization, we're just going Intel and then Temporal Operative. Traits, nothing too different when we ever do Beam Overload builds. Good day to die, Adaptive Offense, Self-Modulating Fire, Inspirational Leader, Fragment of AI Tech, Pure Beam Training, Unconventional Systems, Terran Targeting Systems, Intelligence Agent Attaché, and because this is lower decks, the Boimler effect, right? Because, yes. Starship traits, Emergency Weapon Cycle, Universal Designs, Overpowered and Overgunned, Preferential Targeting, and Super Weapon Ingenuity for our main damage dealer, Beam Overload, because that's kind of what it looked like to me. Just a single beam, but we have a lot of beams firing here. Base rep, we have Precision, Advanced Targeting Systems, and Shield Pen, Magnified Firepower, Powers Duality. And for active space rep, nothing too different. Anti-time, Antagonist Singularity, our Biomecha Shield Generator, Force Challenge, Quantum Singularity, and Refracting Tetron Cascade. Stations, this is what we did here. There is a reason for one of these powers, and we'll see that later. Tactical team, that's cute. Attack pattern beta, Beam Overload 3. So this is our main pew pew. Speed of spread because yes, it was firing torpedoes. Can scatter volley 1. Tractor beam, destabilize warp core. I love the visual of this. That's why we're using it. Purely just for cosmetic looking pretty pew pew. Emit unstable warp bubble, narrow sensor bands 3, mixed armament synergy 3, emergency powered engines, structural integrity collapse, and emergency powered weapons 3. For our dopes, this is what we have for our dopes. For our dopes, we have the 2 on ground helping us with our space. We got Neil Falconer, of course, increase damage versus the Borg when we fight the Borg. Elder Malikatan, increase damage versus all. Here we go. For our space, we have 3 energy weapons officers, and 2 of them give us a chance to stack crit severity when we're firing energy weapons, and 1 of them a chance to stack crit chance when we're firing energy weapons. Emergency Con, for recharging our evasive maneuvers when emergency power to engines is activated. And of course, this is why we have Beckett Mariner, because, well, why not? And why we use Tactical Team, because this will actually give us secondary shields from Tactical Team, or a chance to. It's very subtle, the actual visual, but it's there. And of course, Brad Boimler himself, Toxic Clouds from Torpedoes, because why not? So there you go, Caps. That is what we did. Pretty happy with this. Now what we're going to do is take this into Elite Argala and see how it does. But before we do that, I'm going to shout out our captains here. We have Lily Evans. We have Sealy, Lucifer, and there is Lucifer in the Cheval. Oof, that Cheval. That's next, captains. We have, I know that's Goofball over there. I can't say that name. Lair? Hope I said that right. Chris, and we are on. So there you go. So let's see how this does in an Elite Argala. Pretty sure it'll do okay. And remember, captains, as always, we have who? Picard and Riker were always with us, yes?
Ensign, take us out of here. Maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
Here we go. Here we go. Now, if I could play the lower decks music, I would, but we'd probably get our hand slapped by YouTube saying, no, you can't do that. All right. Let's see how she does. Ooh. The photon goodness. Gosh. Ooh, there's that explosion from that destabilized core. Absolutely love it. Photons. Woohoo! She's a nimble ship. She is a very nimble ship, which makes sense.
You have entered an area. Looks like
Right,
our
sir.
fight got
Major
them
buffs,
to
here we
notice
go.
us. Let's go over and ask if their
We'll
balls
use
might
the
come out
console.
high.
Not sure if that did anything, but there you go. Something about clouds chasing, there they are. In my head, I'm hearing lower decks, lower decks. All that beam over the goodness. Woo!
Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quiet.
There's the console visual right there. I don't think I've seen that Mariner Dock trip yet, but hey. It's just for the immersion, Captain. Just for the immersion. Battery here, because why not? Energy candy. Woo!
You will stand down.
Love that.
Surrender to the Benson Guard.
We're
Sensors are
manually
picking up
tripping
small
which
habitations
armament
below the
synergy so that we can
atmosphere.
maximize
Possibly
it.
consistent with multiple temporary hideouts.
Woo! Looks so. We're gonna get to use that console again here in a bit.
We do what we want, where we want.
Warp spread, and we're gonna hold you in place. beautiful portion, which looks like a water sprinkler. There it is.
Picked up a Type B transmission on a new frequency. We're jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance.
Come on, Shax. Go. Get him. Woo. We're gonna save our major buff for the last group here.
I'm taking you with me.
You sure about that, sir? Are you sure? Have some clouds. Have some cloud. And you're done. Next. Here. Phasers and photons galore. Woohoo! In place. Very Federation thing to do, and there you go.
Excellent
Woohoo!
work. We'll send over a pacification party. Take the suspect
There you
into
go. Alright,
custody.
let's go over here. For our shelfies, captains, if you don't know, those are our ship
Thank you for your
selfies.
assistance.
Okay, sir,
and
1
welcome
second,
to the-
please. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt, sir. This is very important work. You know the importance? This is importance. Arc. We're here. Take that off. Have that angle on. I'm blind, everyone. There you go. Captains, that is how it did. Not that we knew that it wasn't going to do well. Of course, that we always say, as long as you synergize your build, it will do fine. And captains, as you know, anything that we do here, mostly 99.9% is just for fun. And especially with all the lower decks feels, I am happy that we do have this in our fleet. As I'd mentioned before, I thought it was just a missed opportunity to have Cryptic give us just the skin of the Cerritos for our starter ship in the new Federation tutorial. I think it would have been awesome. I think a lot of just a tier 5 version. Again, it's nothing new, but other than that, again, we had the resources to get the ship. We're pretty happy. And captains, we have all these ships coming out here on the YouTube bridge. So as always, captains, you know, we just do this for fun. That's all it is. It is enough. It does well enough for our nightly PvP shenanigans, which of course we always take this opportunity to invite you to the Twitch bridge here. But we ask of you, captains, like the vid, comment below, subscribe to the YouTube bridge so that we can reach out to our fellow like-minded captains. Highly recommend it if you can. If you love lower decks, this is just fun to have. And if not this year, speaking of the event campaign, you can actually get this next year. If they continue on with the trend, you can get this ship in the next event campaign. So, captains, we'll leave it there on this note.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make a difference.